Another week, another fish fry feature. You know, we love to feature local fish fries that really go above and beyond to provide a meatless meal during Lent. And this week we are featuring St. Martha's over in Okemos. And here to dish out those delicious details is Anne. How's it going?
It's going great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course, because we know you're taking a break, because I know you guys are busy during this Lenten season, of course, leading up to the fish fries. But St. Martha's has been known to have amazing fish fries for more than 30 years. But for you, what does the Lenten fish fry season mean to you?
It's a great time for people in our parish to come together and work together, have a lot of fun, and put out a really great meal for people on Friday evenings.
Absolutely. And of course, the fish fries are on Fridays, but you got to tell us, when does that prep start?
It's almost a week-long process. From when one week ends, we pretty much start the next day. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, of course, are our busiest work days.
Yeah, you have to put in the work to get such a good meal. But talk a little bit about how many volunteers does it take? I know you're one of the board members, but how many people come together to really create what you guys do over there?
It really takes more than 50 people each week in a variety of roles to make this happen. We have people who've been important volunteers for 10+ years. They're experts at baking macaroni and cheese or frying the fish, and that all comes together and makes for a great event each week.
But let's talk about what you're able to serve. What about your fish fry makes it so special over at St. Martha's?
Well, a lot of our food is homemade for our fish fries. That starts with our coleslaw dressings. Those are from scratch every week. Our macaroni and cheese, and so is the batter for our fish that's fried. It's like a page and a half of instructions of how they make their fish fry batter.
Wow. Okay, so now I see why it takes so much prep and so many volunteers, knowing that there's those homemade touches to really make this meal feel more like home, and which I love to hear about that. So where do the funds go? Because obviously when people come and stop by, where do those funds and proceeds go for the fish fry?
Our two big organizations at St. Martha, the Knights of Columbus and Council of Catholic Women, share the proceeds. And in turn, we use those to support our parish and our parish community. Okay,
that's good to have. It kind of all goes full circle, because what you guys do there is absolutely amazing for both parishioners and the community, the people that are able to stop by. And speaking of which, how can the community help out with all of this and even support you all?
Well, certainly we're always happy to see parishioners and anybody from our community join us for a fish fry meal. We always are looking for volunteers, and anyone who volunteers gets a free meal. So the little extra incentive for people. But we know all our volunteers work very hard, so it's a well-deserved little perk that goes along with that. Yes,
and is the best way to volunteer just to kind of email you guys, call you guys? What's the best way to
if someone
contact you?
was interested, they could call the parish office, see what openings we have for a given week.
Okay, and we have a lot of weeks in Lent, so there's a lot of opportunities to do that. But I've also heard that St. Martha's is known for your pretty famous homemade donuts that you've brought back, which is exciting. But between these, homemade donuts and these homemade recipes for the fish fries, why is it so important that you guys create such a lovely event, or put so much work in the food?
We think it really helps build community, and who doesn't love good food? It really brings people together. It makes a very welcoming place too. We've heard that from a lot of people, and we believe that too.
So I'm assuming when people stop by the fish fry, you hope they leave with full tummies, but also a sense of community as well?
Absolutely. It's a whole full house on Fridays, so you'll likely be sitting with people you may or may not know, and everybody's extraordinarily friendly and welcoming, and it's a great time, especially if there are people who don't have an opportunity to dine with other people on a regular occasion, to have some company, and that's just a nice thing for everybody.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so excited and want it to be Friday right now so we can dive into those delicious meals. But remember, you can stop by over at St. Martha's for their fish fry on Fridays during Lent, starting at 5 p.m. But thank you so much for all the work that you do.
Thanks, Nicole.